How's it going? How are you guys doing this morning? All right, we're going to talk about the state of the game. And I want to bang out a video, but I've been having a hard time putting my thoughts together. So I figure I would talk about some of these cards and my experience with these cards and what I think about them. A bad state at that. And you guys can give me feedback. I just wanted to kind of go in no particular order through these cards that people have been talking about lately. And I want to talk about what my experience has been playing them and playing against them. Pulled in if I split on the winter vacation sunspot. Nice. Congratulations, my guy. All right, let's talk about Lockjaw first. Let's just go down the list and talk about the cards here that people are talking about right now. So Lockjaw is a fun card to play. Like, it's pretty fun, right? Like, it's a pretty fun card to play. One of the things that I've been doing with Lockjaw is, you know, it's like, okay, I've got Lockjaw or don't have Lockjaw. I play Lockjaw and I drop Lockjaw and random stuff pops out. And sometimes it's a leech, sometimes it's something else. And it seems it's very random, right? And it feels maybe a little bit overpowered. Now, I don't know how they changed this card, but you know, dropping free stones with Quinjet on Lockjaw and pulling out a leech or pulling out a devil dino seems a little bit too good to be true. The problem I have with this card is that I think it's, first of all, I want to say it's a fun card to play. It's fun to play, right? Lockjaw is fun to play. Like it's not like I like Nerf Lockjaw. I hate this guy. No. Lockjaw is fun to play. Somebody made a point about like, is this card just going to get, you know, more and more abusable over time as they add more cards to the card pool? Is it going to get more and more abusable? I don't know. I was going to put Quinjet on the list. Cards that didn't start your deck cost one less. Now, the only question I have, I actually don't hate Quinjet. I don't hate Quinjet. I like Quinjet. The one thing about Quinjet that I don't understand is all other cards that have cost reduction all say minimum 1, right? Like Sarah says minimum 1. So it's more of a curiosity than anything else. How come Quinjet doesn't say that where other cards do, right? I'm just curious more than anything else. You know, Zabu, you know, all the other cards that have some sort of cost reduction, you know, let's look at what Zabu, right? Where's Zabu? Zabu. Can't even find Zabu. Minimum 1. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any opinions really on Quinjet other than I'm curious why it doesn't say minimum 1. Yeah. It's fine. Cards that and it's more of a curiosity than a complaint. I don't know if I have any complaints about Quinjet or Lockjaw other than Lockjaw may not scale well over time. Okay, so Shuri. So Shuri's very powerful. I actually enjoy playing Shuri. The developers, I believe, said that they weren't really planning on changing her. And in the Dara stream, the developer mentioned that. My only, and playing Shuri's fine. You know, the frequency of Shuri is strange. My only complaint about Shuri is that I see like, I feel like there should be other things to do with Shuri than just boost Red Skull and then use Taskmaster. Anytime I see a Shuri deck that is, you know, boosting something else, like Stature, for example, or, you know, Black Bolt, and I was like, wow, that's cool, but you could just be doing Red Skull. Or Nimrod. It's like, oh yeah, you could just be, you know, anytime you could be boosting something else, it's like, man, you could just be boosting a Red Skull. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird. All right. So, Leech. Holy moly. Holy moly. So the developers have said some interesting things about Leech, right? And first of all, they had this kind of this long-winded post about, not long-winded, this post about how Leech is a valve and they serve a purpose. His role is to offer players a clean answer to decks trying to pack all their power in the last minute, such as Silver Surfer or Deathwave. It's because they don't want these powerful decks to exist, but because we want to ensure a variety of powerful decks can exist. All right, so a couple things. Playing against Leech feels bad. Playing Leech feels like cool. Let me give you an example. Like, I play Lockjaw on turn 3. I play Quinjet on turn 1, Lockjaw on turn 3, and then I place 3 stones, and Leech happens to pop up, and my opponent retreats. I can't say that was very satisfying. I can't say that I did anything intelligent. I don't feel like I outplayed my opponent. When I am in a mirror match against Thanos versus Thanos, ooh, I'm playing Thanos better than you because I play Leech first. What? Whoever plays Leech first wins? Yeah. What is this like? Yeah, it's just like, okay, cool, right? Like, good for you, man. You played Leech? Okay, I played Leech? Yay me, right? Oh. Yeah, so Leech is okay, so I understand. So the thing about Leech is that if the developer's got to make a decision, if Leech merits reworking, a modification, a balance update, and reduce power, they got to make a decision on what they want to do. Or if this is a good card that they want to have in the game, the decision's theirs. It's up to them, right? You know, I've seen a couple things that make sense to me, but if they want Leech to be played on turn 5 and ruin your opponent on turn 6, and that's the purpose of the card, because you got to keep in mind, Leech has been in the game forever, and Leech has not been a problem until now. So does that suggest the problem is Leech, or is the problem something else? Is the problem Leech, or is it how much Leech has been played, or do we just discover that Leech is terrible even though we've all been playing this game for months and months and months and Leech has been here for a long time? Or is it the way that Leech is being played? Is it because Leech is being played early? Right. So if Leech's purpose is to be played on turn 5 for 5 mana, not for free, have a relatively low power, so you lose tempo, and destroy your opponent's hand on 6. If that's it, if that is Leech's purpose, then maybe do something along the lines of it removes the abilities from all cards in your opponent's hand for the next turn only. That way, if Leech is played on turn 3 or on turn 4, then you get the abilities back. You know, like you play Leech on turn 3, turn 4, they have no abilities. Turn 5, they have the abilities. Maybe that's just a way of doing it. Or maybe make it so you can only play it on turn 5. Like it says on reveal, if played on turn 5, if revealed on turn 5. Or what if it didn't say on reveal, said when played, remove the abilities from all cards in your opponent's hand? What if it wasn't popping up from Lockjaw? Only when played, right? Yeah, because I know that Leech is annoying, but why wasn't Leech annoying months ago? Leech has been in the game for a long time. Why is Leech annoying is my question. And is it the way that he's being used with Lockjaw in Thanos? Is Ramp the problem? Is Lockjaw the problem? Or is Leech the problem? Yeah. The 5 energy is not expensive for what he does. When you hit pull 3 because you don't have the cards that cause the issue after turn. Yeah, I mean this guy's in pool 2, right? This guy's been around forever. Make him a dead card unless you Lockjaw him. Oh, Thanos and Lockjaw you don't have? Yeah, Lockjaw is pool 3. Everyone complains about the card they lose to most. Well, see, that's why I'm talking about. So that's what I started saying is someone that plays Leech and has been leeched. I can't even say that it's an ultra satisfying experience playing Thanos with Leech. Like, oh, okay, I played Lockjaw on turn 3 and I dumped a bunch of stones and I randomly pushed Leech. I guess I outsmarted my opponent. I used some special 9,000 IQ play because I randomly pulled Leech on turn 4. I must be the better Thanos player. It's not even a satisfying experience to leech somebody else. Right? Yeah, I'm satisfied when I do it. I know I did it this morning, dude. What did I do this morning? Something happened this morning. Oh, I know what happened. I had to laugh. I was playing Thanos this morning, and I was way behind. I was gonna lose, right? But I had I think I had priority, but they played Shuri, right? And so so we had one open lane, and so I played Lockjaw Reality Stone, right? And Reality Stone procced Altar of Death, and then the 30 power Red Skull hit the Altar of Death and exploded. And I was like, well, that's funny. That was random, right? Yeah. I mean, I suspect that this card is fine if he is played on turn 5 for 3 cost. Remove the abilities from all cards in your opponent's hand. I feel like this card is like nobody complained about this card at all ever until recently. Anyways. Yeah, so is this card just a... It's very unsatisfying to lose against Leech. Like, it sucks. Like, it's just like, huh. Like, I feel like not only is it like, wow, I just lost to Leech. My opponent, and it's mindless, right? Like, it required no thinking whatsoever or strategy for your opponent to play it correctly or incorrectly or anything. They just play it. Like, it doesn't matter what lane. It doesn't matter anything. It's just mindless. If it affected both players' hands, then people would abuse, like, Infinite. So they say exists big curb swings, but most of the cards in the game are big swing cards. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Having Infinite on your hand when they have Leech is kind of fun, right? I guess the question is, I mean, this goes back to the old leader. I mean, was there really a way of playing around the old leader? Not really. Is there a way of playing around Leech? Yeah, but it's very specific. You know, Infinite, Red Skull. You know what I mean? It's very specific. All the talk was the best area card in the game. Yeah, I don't know. I just know people are upset about Leech. Yeah, I've played a lot of Leech. I'll play whatever cards are best. I'm just not sure if that's a good experience for people to, like, lose to Leech over and over again. I mean, I guess the question is, Leech fun? That's the question. Is Leech fun? Yes, he's fun. Let me put it to you a different way. If both players are playing Leech, identical decks, is winning by Leech fun? Absolutely. Of course not. So do you like losing that way then? Do you feel like you outsmarted your opponent outsmarted you? If you're playing the same deck and they play Leech first and you lose because of Leech, do you feel that they outsmarted you or that they are a better player than you at all? I feel like I outsmart players all the time with Aero and Arnim Zola and Taskmaster, or Shang-Chi. I feel like there's some randomness to it, but it requires some thinking, right? I actually feel like I like there's some thought process that goes into winning or losing with Aero, is what I'm trying to say. There's actually some thought process to winning or losing to Aero, or anticipating Aero. There's actually some thinking involved. Well, okay. What's stipulate something? I want to win the game because I thought about my deck, and I thought about playing my deck, and then I thought about when to snap, when not to snap. I thought and thinking, and maybe my thinking is what won the game. Or me anticipating the odds of something happening and playing the percentages correctly. Yeah. I know that, I guess what I'm trying to say is Arrow's annoying to some people and Leech is annoying to some people, but for me they're very different. They're very different for some reason, and I would enjoy playing against Aero more if the cards were not removed randomly. Right now, though, the cards are moved randomly, but if the cards were not removed randomly and they happen in order of played, I feel like a smart player could counter Aero a lot more often because they can anticipate an Aero coming and they play their cards in a certain order and get a win. I think that would be a satisfying experience. More satisfying than, wow, they just pulled. I really wanted them to pull the Sunspot, but instead they pulled the She-Hulk. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Leech, though. If Leech doesn't exist and we explode Leech and give it the leader treatment, then what runs over the game next? There's always these unintended consequences, right? Like, then does like Death Wave just take over the game and then we're in the same situation we're in now? Does Leech need to exist to stop Death Wave from being super annoying? Or does Sandman do the similar thing that Leech does? Shang-Chi's very different than Leech. Very different. The idea for one turn, yeah. The next turn. Yeah, I feel like if it affected the card, if it affected the next turn, then Leech still has a purpose. And playing Leech early isn't necessarily an advantage, right? I feel like having it worded that way where remove the abilities of all cards in your opponent's hand for the next turn means that Leech still has a purpose, but there's no upside necessarily to playing him early, and it negates this Lockjaw problem. Is the problem Lockjaw, though, or is the problem Leech, is the question. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I got to tell you, is the problem Lockjaw or is the problem Leech? Yeah, because I don't feel like Leech was a problem before the Thanos Lockjaw. Like, I just don't remember caring about Leech. Like, sometimes I lost to it and I was like, oh, well, I lost. Or it was not like a big deal at all. Yeah. Playing Leech to 3/3 can't be played on turn 5 and only can hit him from your hand for a turn. It's a little too complicated. I'm not even sure. I have to wrap my head around that. Leech should be a 4-cost card. Early Leech reflects. Okay, I feel like a lot of people feel that the Leech problem is him getting out early. I'm not really sure. I mean, I just want to say this again. For the life of me, I can't understand why they buffed Thanos. Like, I felt like Thanos was a good card before the buff, and they buffed a good card. So it felt like to me that they just wanted to make Thanos top of the meta to give people value. Like, their intent was to make Thanos a top tier deck. Their intent is to have him be important. And the purpose of balancing is not to buff underplayed or bad cards. It was just to make Thanos amazing. They buffed a good card. They buffed an amazing card. Right? They buffed an amazing card. It would so this idea that buffing cards that are underperforming or underplayed was just absolutely not true with Thanos. They buffed a good card. All right. So just say that. Tell us. We want Thanos to be at top of the meta. Suck it, free to play. This is a pay to win game. All of you out there that spent 6,000 collector tokens, enjoy your Thanos. And the next big, you know what? Kang is underperforming. Now we're going to make him better because suck it. We believe in overpowered cards. Balance is not important. This is a pay to win game. Is that what they were saying? Is that what's happening? They buffed Thanos and nerfed his counter, Darkhawk. I know, it's so weird to me. All right, fine. And also, this 3-point stat increase is impactful. I have lost daily by the number of points that Thanos was buffed. Now, the one thing that, you know, from a like a reasonable, like another point of view, like playing Thanos in a Chavez deck and then having Thanos in your hand and then Chavez, it always felt bad that you chose to play Chavez over Thanos, right? You're like, oh, I have an 8-power Thanos, so let's just play Chavez. That always felt weird, right? If you know what I'm talking about, if you played the deck before, like when you had Thanos in your hand and Chavez popped up, and then you're like, I'll just play Chavez. You should get a good money's worth on a good card. I don't agree. I do agree with that. All right, so something that I have done and I found to be a super interesting interaction is with Space Tone. And so Jeff suggested this. I don't know if I first heard about it in chat, and then I first heard about it from Jeff. To make it work like Cloak. Next turn, you can move one card to this location rather than moving a card at this location. Interesting change. Probably Whale Harder song. Yeah, we can do that. Let's do it. Yeah, we'll put the Whale Hard song on. Time Stone for both players. That's an idea too. Both players. All right. Anyways, I mean, I think there's if it's determined that Thanos is the problem, I think they could reconsider if they really want Thanos to be 11 power, they could look at Space Tone. I personally really enjoy Thanos design. I think it fits the lore. Like, it's a smart card design, right? I got to give them props for making like an act, like, think about it. Like, you were tasked with make a Thanos card, right? This is good. Like, the Thanos card from a design point of view is actually brilliant, in my opinion. It's really good card. Yeah, I do. I very much like the Thanos card. I like the idea of the Thanos card. Like, I think it's smart. All right. So Thanos is clunky. Have you played Thanos without Lockjaw, or like when you don't have Lockjaw? Thanos is kind of clunky. Like, it clogs the board and you have to either bounce stuff or destroy stuff. It's kind of clunky with the stones. Do you know what I'm talking about? If you're not playing like the Lockjaw version, it's kind of clunky. Yeah, it's not like just like, oh, it's amazing. It's kind of clunky. Like, I tried playing a pay-to-win deck, right? Kang, Thanos, and Galactus. It was just clunky, man. It was not good. It was hard to win with. Yeah, Justin Hatcher, add the card that protects your cards in your hand. Oh, there you go. 3-3-2-2, yeah. He deserves to be OP. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel kind of, I just, it didn't. I don't know. I thought Thanos was fine. I understand that they wanted to make him playable, or the actual card played more, but they overshot, I think. Anyway, so let's move on from Thanos, and I just want to kind of circle back to leader. Leader was not balanced from the game. He was deleted. He was nerfed. He was exploded. So I think when we're having this conversation, we're talking about balance updates or deletion from the game and nerfs. Two different things, right? What they did to leader worries me a little bit, right? Not that leader needed fixing, but I feel like they overshot. Like, anybody, it's just like, wow, leader got deleted from the game. Fuck that guy. Leader's trash. He's gone. Yeah, dude, leader's not even a good, he's like, oh, wow. Yeah, leader needed to be changed for sure. Leader was, so my question is more like this. Is Leech that, fuck Leech, delete him from the game. Does there need to be a situation like that? Or should they, you know what I mean? Like, wow, right? Yeah. Yeah. So and also I want to say for fuck's sake, and I disagree with you if you think that leader was good for the game. The game is much better without leader the way he was. Come on now. If you think leader was fine and they ruined the leader and the game was better before, no, you're wrong. The game is better without leader. You're wrong. But he was not fun, dude. Leader was not fun. Is Leech that bad? Like leader was? I don't know. Buff leader? Yeah, this version of leader need to be buffed because it's kind of not good. Yeah, leader was my favorite card, but he deserved it. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I played leader, but yeah, it was he deserved it. They hit leader because he complained. Leader was garbage, man. I did not like leader. I didn't like it that much. I don't think Leech is the same. Leech is pretty annoying too. All right. Leech and leader. Yeah, I don't feel like Leech is the same as leader for some reason. Like when you actually play Leech for 5 cost, 3 mana, especially if you're behind or you're not going to win. Like you have to be ahead and hope that they don't have Infinite. You know what I mean? I played Leech last week in a move deck, and I thought Leech was good because the move deck could get ahead early, play Leech, win the game, right? But I got like big cubes stolen from me when they dropped Infinite that I was not expecting. It happened a lot. Happened more times than I care to admit. It did happen a lot. Where Infinite just came down, and I was like, shit, I forgot about Infinite. 20 power Infinite. My God. Wasn't expecting that. Anyways, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, And you can disagree with me, and that's fine because it's just an opinion, and we're talking about opinions, you know, and we're all just trying to make. We all love the game, and we want the game to be better, and we don't want people quitting the game. I feel that Leech is an acceptable card if he's played for 5 cost on turn 5. I know it's unfun, but I think he's actually kind of fine under those circumstances. I think he's okay. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm just. It's just my opinion. We all have different opinions. We all want the same thing. We want the game to be. We want the game to thrive. We want more people to enjoy it, and fine. But I actually think if they did something to prevent him from coming out early, or if he was only impactful on the, you know, if he's played on turn 5, because I feel like that's his intent, is to be played on turn 5, you know, 4/5 cost with a tempo loss, you know, only 3 power, and with a huge upside, right? Potentially just ruining your opponent's hand, right? I think it's the Lockjaw, and, you know, getting him out early, you know, kind of, or, you know, maybe that's the problem. I don't know. Should be able to magic around it, yeah. Just say when played, because Psylocke or Time Stone to play on for, yeah. Or maybe it says on reveal, it says when played, remove the ability from all cards in your opponent's hand. So maybe that's the change. All right. I mean, I don't know. All right, let's talk about Galactus. I hate to say this. As someone that's played Galactus and played against Galactus, I don't care about Galactus. Like, as far as being too powerful, underpowerful, annoying, and not annoying. Like, I don't care. I think he's fine. Like, I don't really enjoy playing him myself. Yes, I've played him a lot, but I just don't care about Galactus. I just don't care. It's not my card. I don't really claim to be like a hardcore Galactus player, and you usually can tell when Galactus coming, and sometimes you have a counter to it, and sometimes you don't. But I feel like it's fine. I just don't care that much about Galactus. Yeah, I just don't care. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't care. Yeah. There's so many ways to get around Galactus if you have to. And I feel like if Galactus became more powerful, people would just pay more counters, right? Does that make sense? Like, if Galactus became more prevalent and more people started playing Galactus, people would just start playing more counters around him. Like, they would start playing more Cosmos and more Polarises and more Aeros. They would just play more cards to, like, get around him. Yeah. Yeah. And then also, as a Galactus player, dude, it doesn't always pop off. Like, I know if you've never played Galactus, you think like, oh, you play Galactus and you win. Dude, when you actually play Galactus, it does not pop off that often. And it's like kind of annoying. You have to be really patient and deliberate, and you have to retreat a lot. And it just doesn't, it doesn't always pop off. I think Galactus, there's numbers that support this, has a less than 50% win rate. And he has a positive cube rate. So he doesn't, playing Galactus is like, you're just playing it and your combo doesn't go off, and you're just like waiting for it to go off. It's not like he just blows everybody up every game and you win every game. It's not how it works. Yeah. Yeah, you have to have 2 win conditions. Yeah, the 2 win Galactus decks are better than the 1 win Galactus deck, 100%. Anyways, I think Galactus is fine. I just don't care about Galactus. Like, it's fine. Yeah, I just don't care about Galactus. Is Kang worth the tokens? I don't know. I've been largely underwhelmed with Kang. To be honest. Like if you're considering Galactus, Kang, or Thanos, I would look into Thanos. Currently. Unless they do something to Thanos drastic. Sarah, what did you say is better right now? Sarah Surfer decks or Galactus? The Sarah Surfer decks get royally fucked by Leech. I played Sarah Surfer for a day last season and I gave up on it because I got leeched like so many times in a row, and I was just like, okay, Sarah Surfer is not going to work if I get leeched. And I think Sarah Surfer is good, but that Leech really hits it hard. Yeah, Leech hits Sarah Surfer hard. Which is kind of the point of Leech, right? That is the point of Leech. Leech is supposed to hit certain decks kind of hard. I think Sarah Surfer is probably good if Leech gets like if Leech is not being played as much, because Leech is being played in Thanos and ramp decks right now, and random decks too, right? All right, what else is there? What else are people complaining about? We talked about Quinjet. We talked about Lockjaw. Oh, Shuri. Shit, I don't know how to fix Shuri or if they need to fix Shuri. They said they weren't going to fix Shuri. That one guy said that they weren't going to do anything to Shuri. Space Stone, we talked about Space Stone. Leech would be a nerf for pool 3 players. I don't think that's fair. Yeah, the what I'm proposing is that Leech still does what I'm thinking is that Leech popping off on turn 5 should still remain the same. And changing that may not be good. But if they can like not give you an advantage for doing it early, like it says on reveal, remove the abilities from all cards in your opponent's hand the next turn, or when played, remove the abilities from all cards in your opponent's hand. That way, let's see, but when played though, doesn't that not work with Cosmo then? Then that's not good, right? You can't have it sidestep Cosmo. That would be kind of garbage, right? And then a Cosmo couldn't even stop it? Yeah. Does Shuri really counter Leech? The deck that I play, Shuri, the only reason why Shuri is playable right now is that she's largely played in a deck that doesn't necessarily care about Leech. You know, the Red Skull deck. Yeah. On turn 5, remove the abilities. Yeah. Like Daredevil. On turn 5, remove the abilities. Yeah. Shuri. I don't even know what they should do to Shuri. Infinite doesn't care about Leech. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I feel like she's a problematic card, you know, double the power of the next card you play, you know, but I don't know. Like, I certainly feel like, you know, 30 power Red Skulls are pretty busted. And Shang-Chi, yeah, is an answer, but it's not always a good answer, right? There's things they can do. You know, they can use Cosmo, they can use armor. Yeah, I don't know. I think my issue with Shuri is that it's twofold. One, they said that they thought Shuri was fine and that she's not going to change. Pretty much that's what was said in that interview or that stream with Dara and the developer. And secondly, I don't know what would be reasonable to do to make Shuri less attractive to play, because moving her power down doesn't really matter that much. Well, let me ask you this. If they made Shuri and I know everybody says the Mr. Negative decks, but never mind the Mr. Negative decks. Well, maybe that is a problem. Okay, ignoring the Mr. Negative counterplay, lowering Shuri down to 0, I don't think changes much, right? What's Shuri rumor? What's up? Or Magneto would wreck Typhoid, yeah. If you want to do it, Arnold, let me know. It's up to you. I don't want to pressure you if you got stuff to do. I couldn't get my thoughts together, so I started streaming. I was chatting with Arnold first. Let's look at Shuri's win rate. And I'm going to look at... The data is weird on Marvel Snap Fan lately. I have to go back and look at Season 9 because Season 10 data is weird. I'm going to switch to Season 9, which is all of last season. Season 9. And I'm going to do collection level 3,000 up. And let's look at Shuri. %56% when in a deck, 58% when drawn, and 61% when played. So pretty high. You know, she's in the top 15 when played. When drawn, she is the 4th highest. Shuri decks in general are like in the top 10. Cube rate, let's look at cube rate. Cube rate is very high. Cube rate is very high. Yeah, cube rate's very high. Look at this. Yeah, that's pretty high. Yeah, I would prefer her to be balanced, and that rather than oppressive. How do they make her? First of all, what's rather than calling her a Nerf? How do they balance her to make her essentially the same card but slightly less attractive to play, without like destroying her like what they did with Leader, right? Is my question. Because I don't think that adjusting her cost, her power down, and is raising her to a 5 too weird, like makes her almost unplayable. I don't know. Make her ability spawn Shuri's lab. Shuri's fine. Some cards have to be top 10. That's actually a point too. Maybe Shuri is fine. Maybe create more counter cards to her. What if there was a card in the game that came out and it was like a 5-cost card and it's like, destroy all cards with more than 20 power? What if there was just another counter card? have Shuri's effect only take place in the lane she's played. So that way you have to play Shuri in the same lane that you play the card. So you play Shuri and then that lane. Yeah, Shadow King, maybe they need to make Shadow King better somehow. I don't know, cheaper or easier to play. Like Shuri's lab. Oh, make her Shuri's lab. Double the power of the next card on either side. I'm trying to wrap my head around this both players get to use it thing. Yeah, then Aero just makes her unplayable, right? There are plenty of counters to Shuri. That's the other thing I wonder too. Like, let me ask you this. If Shuri ramps up and becomes more prominent, just people just play more Shang-Chi, is Shang-Chi enough? Is the question. I mean, I feel like there needs to be strong cards and then counter cards. And I think that's kind of the problem with Leech is there's no counter to Leech really other than like Infinite. And it's pretty widespread. So this is like a different problem, right? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not even sure. First of all, the reason why I'm struggling with this is I want to be fully transparent. I'm a Shuri enjoyer. I'm a Shuri enjoyer. I like playing Shuri. So, like, you see me smiling? I'm a Shuri enjoyer, right? So I'm in that camp, right? I enjoy playing Shuri. Yeah, you know what I mean? People want to do something, I'll make all the cards rocks. Everyone dies all the time. Yeah, right? Yeah. Enjoy her. I hardly know her. Skull is a counter too. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Shuri is very telegraphed what's going to happen. Make Red Skull more painful to play. Oh my God, last night's stream, my God, yeah. Only cards that only affect your side of the board should be nerfed a lot less than opponents that affect your opponent, yeah. I think Shuri's great. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. I see how she's great, but I can also see how she's pretty broken. Yeah, I would enjoy her. There are maybe a lot of people, just because they haven't heard them doesn't mean they don't exist. That's why I was asking. Nerf Red Skull, make his ongoing push to all other opposing cards. His power doubles, so does his ongoing give his for wow. That Red Skull, then people just play Sauron then. Shuri is easier to counter for sure. Yeah, see, the only way they nerf her is make her a 5 cost. Wow, 5 cost Shuri. 5-cost Shuri. Would she still get played? A 5-cost Shuri still get played? Yeah, not as much, right? Yeah. They should try giving Red Skull -1 power and see how it goes. Okay. See, I'm more of a fan of that. I think that is reasonable. What if what if they just knock Red Skull's power down by 1 and see how that goes? And see how that goes. Because the problem, and the reason why I think that might be okay is I've seen some pretty creative builds with Shuri, like with non-Red Skull builds. And for example, Arnold did a really good build. I loved it. Arnold did a build of like with Black Bolt and Stature, right? And it was a Shuri build. It had Shuri, had some other cards, and it doesn't really matter. And I remember thinking, is like, that's cool, but wouldn't just Red Skull be better? And then I see like these really cool Shuri builds that doing some other interesting things, like with Nimrod, for example. And then I'm going, wouldn't just Red Skull Taskmaster be better? Yeah. All right. I think maybe just knocking Red Skull down to 14 might be a thing. All right.
You Kang Gang Army Rise.
Oof, Kang Gang?
Kang Gang.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've been watching the stream much.
Just background. Yeah, I'm a listener to the call.
All right. So Arnold's on the call.
Woo.
So I think the problem with this conversation in general is that there are people that think that people are just complaining for the sake of complaining. There's definitely like people that just like nothing should be nerfed. People are just complaining. Second dinner is listening to too many people. There are people that saying that, and it's kind of like I saw a post on. Can I show you this funny post?
Hold on, let me pull up your stream.
Yeah, let me show you this funny post.
Let's see. Let me see it. All right, got the stream up.
After closely monitoring community feedback, we've made the decision to eliminate the ability to lose cubes. That's right, step away, because the only way it is to go up. See you all at infinite. I mean, there is this sentiment that people are being pussies about this shit and just need to suck it up. And not that that's a legit. I think though the thing that I'm worried about is that the thing that I'm worried about is that too many people are really pissed off at the game and they're leaving the game. And my intent is to have a healthier game that more people want to play. Mm-hmm. And when people are frustrated, like you're frustrated right now, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily deck builds and stuff. Yeah, because it's just I think I need to do my snap management better. I'm winning 60. I have a 68% win deck. I got a 60 win percent, and then I got 65 on 3 different decks. and I'm averaging like less than a cube per average. I'm doing well that I lose 8 cubes out of something annoying, which is So it might like I'm listening to it's like I don't think Shuri's busted. I don't think Red Skull's busted. Like there's so many ways to counter that. Same thing. I think the only bad feeling card is Leech, honestly, out of everything out there right now. So it's I think maybe people are just frustrated with the way maybe it's matchmaking, maybe it's the route of climbing it. Because I don't like this idea of let's just nerf everything that's prevalent.
Yeah. No, I know. Just like nerfing everything doesn't make sense because if you nerf everything that is popular, then you end up nerfing like a card like Sunspot.
We're gonna be down to using Quicksilver and Domino.
Yes, I mean
that's right.
Sunspot is the most played card right now. So do we nerf Sunspot? Sunspot, is like, okay, I don't know that even makes sense, right? To like nerf like just the popular cards or yeah. Do you want to just bang it out?
Oh, we're never going to have dinner first. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if I need you on screen because it's I don't know if I have this thing.
Whatever you want to do, whatever you want. It's your video, your rules.
Yeah.
Petition for Arnold and Boomer podcast. We used to have one for Galaxy of Heroes. It was called Better Than a Podcast.
Better Than a Podcast? I know, right? Are you streaming right now?
What's up?
Are you streaming?
No. I got a Galaxy of Heroes streaming about an hour or so, hour and a half.
All right. Yeah. All right. And so what I want to talk about is that, let's see here, nerfing changing cards the way they work versus balancing cards is very different. Like they can rebalance cards and they should still be playable versus just exploding the card and making it a different card, right?
Right.
And so I kind of got just like a bunch of cards here that I think are interesting to talk about. And where should we start? Just to have like should we start with Thanos or start with Leech? Start with Lockjaw? Start with Shuri?
Can I say something super controversial before you put it in video format?
Sure.
I think Thanos is so overrated. You remember when you and we played Thanos before he became popular? Like, it's okay. It's literally the same thing. All they did is boost the power of Thanos, and Thanos is people still don't really play him. It's just the stones. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know. And it's such a slot machine. You see the screenshots of the good play, but I've seen so many times where they just keep pulling up rocks or just another stone or something. Then they're stuck with some garbage stuff in their lane. I don't know. I think Thanos is fine. I think is what I'm trying to say. I think people are like overhyping him. It's literally the same thing as before. Nothing really changed to make it more viable than before. So like I think the Thanos. I think the problem with Thanos that people complain about is Leech. I think honestly, if there's one card that needs some discussion is Leech. And I saw you brought up something interesting. Like they should make it like a Daredevil, where on turn 5, just destroy your opponents. Not destroy, but just make your opponent's hand useless. Like I think that's where people are complaining about Thanos. Otherwise, it's still relatively the same thing as before. Just maybe more people have it than like a few months ago. Because I got it randomly in December from a collector's reserve, and maybe it was still too early for people to really know what it's like. But yeah, so there's really not a deck out there that I think, this deck is broken. I think it might be just matchmaking. I know you talked about it. There's probably ways to manipulate your matchmaking before a new season starts, and some people have it easy, some people have it rough, or it's just the way the cube system works. I don't know. There's really no deck out there that's really annoying me. Just Leech is the most annoying thing right now.
Okay. Yeah.
But you can basically, if you just want to walk through the meta and just talk about all the cards, go for it.
Okay, yeah, I just got a bunch of cards loaded up on the state of the game. Okay, I'll probably edit it down, but we're just gonna be rambler. We don't have a script, you know what I mean? And as long as people know at the beginning of the year that the cards that we're gonna talk about is mostly just we want like a healthier game, a game that is enjoyed by more players is the purpose of talking about this. I'm not in the camp of like nerf every card. Like it just doesn't
can't do that, man.
Yeah, it just feels bad, dude. Like, and I would prefer that they buff cards. Now, Let me ask chat, is my audio level in relation to Arnold's similar? Because I had to knock mine down a little bit. Normally my audio is too loud compared to yours. Talk for a second.
Talk.
All right, we're both talking. Audio is fine. Okay, they're telling me audio is fine. Okay.
You're fine. Join with me today.
Okay,
they
say you're a little louder. I'm gonna boost myself up a little bit. All right.
All right.
Is that? Let's see. That's too loud. Let's say that right there. All right, that might be fine. All right. There we go. Okay. Joining me today is Arnold T101, Grand Emperor. We're gonna talk about the state of the game.
State of the game. Welcome to Better Than a Podcast.
Yes, better than a podcast. Okay, so I just before we get into the state of the game, I just want to state my intention for raising some concerns. Is I want the game to be better and enjoyed by more players, and it's not necessarily. I think that we need to nerf everything good and make everybody play Quicksilver. I mean, that's not the point. In fact, I feel like nerfs feel bad, right? In general, like I don't think we should just nerf cards that just arbitrarily because they're being played too much or whatever. And it's kind of a weird thing. Like I feel like there's a lot of people like nerf everything, right? But I really wish they would buff more cards. Like I feel like the changes that they made to like Namor and Spider-Woman and Dagger were good. I wish they would do more things like that. What do you think about balance? And that's the difference. Those are balance adjustments, right? Where like a nerf is what they did to Leader, right? That's very different. That was
Leader's gone.
Yeah, and before when we talk about what we're talking about mostly is balance adjustments. And what happened to Leader was a straight nerf. I mean, they deleted that card from the game basically, and rightfully slow. Did they overdo it? Maybe, but the Leader, the game is better without Leader, right?
100%. Yeah. I mean, I said this in a tweet somewhere where like one of my controversial opinions is I kind of miss the feeling of rage when you get played, when someone plays Leader on you. It's like I miss that suspense. Like, are they gonna play Leader? Are they gonna play Leader? Now it's changed to, are they gonna play Leech? Are they gonna play Leech? It's kind of it's funny, like it's funny how it works. But yeah, I mean, I think Leader is probably a good thing to get rid of. It just felt weird that they play one card to copy 10 of your cards or some crap like that. That was just kind of one of those weird busted things.
Right. So before we talk about the most controversial card in the game, or we're going to get right into it, and that's definitely without a doubt Leech, right? I mean, the developers did say something interesting, is that we have balance updates in the works. We ran into some issues with ability to over the air OTAs them the past few weeks, meaning they were planning on doing balance updates like mid-season, mid-patch, but something happened with their tech and they can't do it. And they have to wait to the next patch, which is probably 2 weeks out. And then they said, this happens every meta though. Some folks love it, some folks hate it, which I think is true. But I feel like most people are unhappy right now. We have to find the right cadence to drop balance updates that isn't too frequent for the most players, but keeps the more engaged players on their toes. What do you think about Leech?
Me? Oh man, you're just going for the hard-hitting questions. Okay. Okay. So I just want to first say this. It always feels bad when you lose, right? Especially when you're playing competitively.
Right.
But Leech is like a different level of feels bad. I think the issue that people are having, like we were talking about Thanos before the stream startup, I think people are mostly irritated about Thanos because of just Leech randomly pulling up, or when you run those Sandman ramp decks, whatever it might be, Leech coming out a little bit earlier. I think they can keep the effects of Leech as is, but change it to where it's like a Daredevil. So it's not an on reveal, so you can't counter. It's not an ongoing effect. It's something like Daredevil where you play it. Heck, play it on turn 1 if you could, but then it doesn't activate like Daredevil until turn 5. So I think there's a way of making Leech still a very good card, because nuking an entire hand is still very good, even if you have to wait till turn 5, which is probably the original intended purpose when they designed the card.
Right.
But yeah, if there's anything that needs a serious discussion the entire game, it's probably Leech. And I think there's a way to keep it relevant. Don't even bother with the power, whatever. Maybe even give it more power if it has to wait till turn 5 to actually turn up. So if it gets pulled out of a Thanos Lockjaw deck, it can't go off yet. It has to wait till turn 5, just like Daredevil, or you play it on turn 5. It works on turn 5. Kind of like what they almost did with Magic's. I mean, I don't know. Magic, I mean, you technically could ramp her out a little bit earlier if you could, but she's a little bit different where if it's not turn 5, you kind of, if it's past turn 5, you're screwed. So I think there's a way of making Leech still relevant because it's such a early pull card. So very helpful, especially for early game players, free to play players, even end game competitive players. So I think we got to be cognizant. Like even there's that discussion of nerfing Aero. Yeah, it feels bad, but it feels bad regardless of losing. And that's another one of those really powerful early game cards. So I think, yeah, Leech, I think almost all these complaints about Leech, the memes are good. I can't lie about that.
Yeah.
But I think there's a way of doing it while maintaining its relevancy and not giving it the leader treatment where there is no Luke Skywalker. No one's ever really gone because the leader's never coming back at this rate.
Right.
So,
I feel like Leech and Aero are two very different things. Like I feel like Leech, I don't have to think about playing Leech. And I just play Leech. Like, how do you know if you're a good Thanos player, especially in a mirror match? Well, whoever plays Leech first, right? The best Thanos player plays Leech first, right? You know, randomly, right? And it's random, right? And yet, the other thing too is Leech is pull 2, right? And he has been in the game forever, and he's a problem now. So the question is, what changed? It's Thanos. It has to be Thanos or Lockjaw, right? That's what changed, right? Is something has made Leech more attractive. You know, the nerfs to Zabu has made Thanos. The nerf to Darkhawk has made Thanos more attractive to play. And Leech is going off turn 3 or turn 4. And I think that rather than giving Leech the leader treatment and deleting him from the game, I feel like Leech in the past was a reasonable card, even though it still always felt bad. But he cost 5. You gave up a lot of tempo because of 3 power is not a lot for 5 cost. And he shut down certain types of decks. And when I was playing Leech in a non-Thanos deck, if I wasn't winning, the tempo loss was pretty significant. And also, I gave up so many cubes to a random Infinite player all the time. Like, you were just like, oh, I forgot Infinite's a thing, and a 20 power Leech
or a
Infinite.
Destroyer too, sometimes.
Or a Destroyer, right? So there were situations where I was blindsided and I still lost when I played Leech, or the tempo loss was significant. So for me, I feel like if they're going to change Leech, maybe the first thing they should consider is making so that it still works on turn 5 the way that it always was, like the way it should work, right? Like, you know, it's like maybe like on reveal, remove the abilities from all cards in your opponent's hand the next turn. So if it's played on turn 5, it affects turn 6. If it's played on turn 3, it affects turn 4. But then if it's played on turn 3, it affects turns 4, but then the cards aren't leached on turn 5 and 6, right? So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different things they could do. A lot of people feel like this problem is just a Lockjaw problem. What do you think about Lockjaw?
Yeah, so should I say my controversial opinion I told you before?
Sure, go for it.
Your video? Okay, so I know Thanos is getting a lot of play action right now. But realistically, even despite the buff that he got to his actual power, the functionality of Thanos is still relatively the same beforehand. People are playing the stones, and Thanos is just kind of the cherry on top if you happen to pull him out of Lockjaw or you happen to play him on turn 6, if that's the case. But Thanos himself isn't usually winning or deciding the matches. It's the slot machine. You're throwing a coin, you're throwing a quarter in, you're hoping to pull out $100 is what Lockjaw is. So for me personally, I was like, okay, where you folks been? This is kind of the same. I mean, all the cards that are being used in Thanos are nothing new. It's not like there was a new card that came into play that made Thanos a lot more viable. So for me, it's like, it's not surprising to me. I think maybe Thanos is slightly, I don't know if overrated is the right word, but it's the same as before. It's maybe just more people got Thanos recently. Maybe that's what we're seeing.
It's that. I think it's more people have Thanos and more people are getting Thanos. But I think the reason why we're seeing more Thanos is that the hard counter to Thanos was Zabu, Darkhawk. Which,
yeah, maybe it could be because of Zabu and Darkhawk. Yeah,
Yeah,
it could very well be that.
Because Darkhawk is like the natural counter to Thanos decks because they have more cards and his power goes through the roof. And so with that, and that's the problem too. I want to acknowledge, if we come up with this idea that Red Skull Shuri is bad and Thanos Lockjaw is bad and they're too powerful, something will replace them. And so
Yes.
and so Zabu Darkhawk got nerfed, and what replaced it? Thanos. So here's the thing: like Thanos without Lockjaw is kind of clunky. You know what I'm talking about? It's because there's
usually retreat if you're not getting Lockjaw to pop off. Yeah,
because you've got all these stones out there, and like, what do you do with them? Do you you bring them back in your hand with Beast, or do you destroy them? Do you play a destroy package? Do you play a zoo package? It's kind of a little bit awkward having all the stones out there, and Lockjaw is very convenient way of bringing cards into play. It's random. Now, a lot of people have said that Lockjaw, although fun, and I love playing Lockjaw. Lockjaw's a lot of fun, right?
It's a casino, basically. It's you don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. But the worry is that Lockjaw is a problematic card long term, and we're just starting to realize it today with Thanos. But as more cards come to the game, he will continue to get more and more powerful because you're randomizing effects. You're getting very powerful cards out of your deck potentially. On reveal cards specifically are the ones that seem to have the most impact with Lockjaw. And playing a stone for 1 or 0. And we're going to talk about Quinjet here in a second because a lot of people said maybe Quinjet's the problem. Do you think Lockjaw is going to be a problem long term, or is he just a fun card? It's kind of random. It is what it is.
Yeah, again, I think it just goes back to the previous card, Leech. I mean, I like when I'm going up against Thanos, like, oh, okay, cool, you got an Infinite pulled up. We can handle that in one way or another. I think the issue just comes out where if you can somehow get Leech to come out before turn 5, that's when people start getting ticked off. So I don't even know if that's yes, as new cards come out, bigger cards, but I think there's a certain challenge of Thanos. Like, we see the good plays, but there's going to be times where you're pulling out the bad cards. It's an extra level RNG that's beyond your control. So I think that's the balancing factor of Lockjaw. You might get something good, might get something bad. I think it's just people are complaining a lot, and I think there's some good reason behind it. Just Leech coming out too early and then nuking your hand. It's like, well, that was a fun game.
Now,
that's literally when I get turned off. When I see Thanos, I'm not worried about they're pulling up an Infinite or Magneto or whatever it might be. I'm worried, like, please, for the love of God, don't pull out Leech on turn 3, turn 4, turn 5.
Right. Yeah, so I think it's a turn 3 Leech, turn 4 Leech that seems to be problematic, and I think they could address that because I mean it feels bad to be turn 5 Leeched, but I think it served a purpose and it's been in the game for a long time. The other thing that people have been mentioning is Quinjet. Now, first of all, I really like Quinjet. I think it's a great card.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but the question that comes up a lot, it says ongoing cards that didn't start in your deck cost 1 less. That seems reasonable. Now, other cards like Sarah and Zabu always have this parenthesis minimum 1. What's your thoughts on that? I'm just curious why that doesn't apply to Quinjet, and if it did apply to Quinjet, would it make Thanos less attractive? Because then Quinjet on turn 1, now the stones can't cost less than 1, because right now they cost 0, right?
Yeah.
And that's where, you turn 3 Lockjaw and then you drop a bunch of stones on turn 3 simultaneously. Turn 1 Quinjet, turn 3 Lockjaw, dump all the stones, you know what I mean? And then you've got all this stuff. It's just, I don't know if they should do anything to Quinjet. I'm just curious why it doesn't have that mechanic like Zabu and Sarah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. People are putting in a dime and they're getting out $1,000 out of these Lockjaw slot machines at times. Yeah, it is kind of curious. I mean, there's 2 ways going about it. Let's first acknowledge this. If they did that to Quinjet, there's really not, like, with Zabu, there's a lot of different Zabu decks. Like, is there another Quinjet deck beyond Thanos? I don't know.
There's a She-Hulk Infinite deck with magic that goes to turn 7.
I guess you could do that. You do Moon Girl. Okay.
Moon Girl. Yeah, it's a Moon Girl
but we
deck.
don't really see we don't see too many of those Quinjet builds with that. But I think if they did that, that'd probably make it a little bit more reasonable. So you're not spamming 6 stones in a turn or whatever the case might be. Yeah, it is kind of not. There's 2 ways to go about it. One, they can either make it where the Infinity Stones technically are a part of the decks that are not considered, to be. They weren't included in decks because if you're bringing in Thanos, the stones are already kind of a part of the package deal. So again, I don't want to. That's a nerf to Quinjet in that deck. Yeah, but if they just made it where you can't go below 1 cost, that might go a long way. But I think that kind of defeats the purpose of Quinjet in a Thanos deck at that point.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion on it. I don't either.
Again, it's just freaking Leech. That's it.
Yeah.
If Leech came out, I think people. I mean, there's always gonna be complaints, but I think the complaints would definitely be diminished if they just make Leech a turn 5 exclusive thing.
Yeah, Leech. I think Leech is just unfun in general to lose to, and I don't even know if it's necessarily fun. I guess winning is fun, but it doesn't feel like I've really won when Leech pops off on turn 4. I mean, it's like cool. That was random, but
pleasure.
Yeah,
my dirty pleasure in the game.
Yeah,
I don't like the spam emotes or anything like that. But when someone leeches me and I still win them, I do the little reaction to their leech with the happy face, and then I do the little thumbs up.
Oh no!
And they take their 8 cubes.
Oh, Toxic Arnold!
Like that, I honestly don't care about any other deck, but when I beat someone that's playing leech, boy, do I feel good about it.
Okay, so one of the things that has puzzled me, and I think we have different opinions on this, is that Thanos went from 8 power to 11, and I understand the intent of that because when I was playing Thanos before he was 11 power. I pulled turn 6 Chavez, right? And you have Thanos in your hand, you have Chavez in your hand. Guess what? You just play Chavez, right? It felt bad. There was no reason to play Thanos because he was 8 power. Now, the problem that I have with the boost of 3 stats to Thanos is I know that I've lost at least every day, if not every other day, a match solely because of that 3 stat boost. I've lost a lot. Like
you have.
Oh
really?
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was like, wow, if Thanos wasn't buffed, I would have won. It's happened to me a lot. And I think what puzzles me a little bit is that I felt Thanos was pretty good, and then they boosted him, and I thought balance adjustments were more for like underperforming cards, and I never really thought Thanos is underperforming. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, again, when I come across Thanos, I feel like 90% of the time it's just the stones and the Lockjaw and Quinjet that make the win. I know when I played Thanos, there was like maybe once or twice where that extra 3 power came in handy. I don't know. It was again for Thanos I think needs to be powerful in and of itself. It's just weird that. I don't know. Maybe it's fitting for the Marvel story. Was Thanos powerful? Or was it the stones that made him powerful?
The stones. So, I mean, I think Thanos is about the stones, but Thanos. I think it was always disappointing to me that like a Chavez was just better to play than.
Yeah, I think it's for sure. If you have the option between Thanos and Chavez, you should be playing Thanos. That's 100% the way to go. And this is how a lot of games work. And I play some other games and I have problems with those games. And I got to say this, after playing Marvel Snap and seeing this community around Snap, it makes me appreciate those other games where when there's something powerful, they don't just outright nerf it. It just power creep happens over time and it slowly gets phased out when newer and better stuff comes out. And I think they need to start focusing more on buffing unused cards, or when new cards come in, make them a little bit more accessible and then people can get access to them. And that'll change the meta. It's just weird seeing constant nerf watches. Maybe that's just the nature of card games that are different from other turn-based games. But they definitely need to focus more on buffing like Thanos or just other cards. So because if we keep nerfing, we keep talking about that joke, we're going to be down to just using Agatha and Quicksilver or something.
Well, here's the thing, and depending on how you look at it, maybe they were trying to add value to people that spent 6,000 collector tokens on Thanos, maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want Thanos to be at the top. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily, because I don't know if that's fair for people that don't have Thanos. But anyways, one of the problems and solutions that was suggested, and I think I first heard about this, was from Jeff, where you play Thanos, right, or you play Lockjaw, and then you run through the cycle of the stones, including Space Stone, and then you move Lockjaw over, and then you repeat the process. And that has to do with Space Tone. And then Space Tone also can push cards into other locations. I actually really like this mechanic. But, you know, Jeff suggested next turn you could move one card to this location rather than away from this.
Away.
Yeah, kind of like a cloak mechanic. Do you think that's a reasonable idea?
Yeah, I think that's another way of going about it. Yeah, that is something we've been ignoring, is that part of the Lockjaw fun is when you throw a Space Stone in and you pull out an infinite, you just like, all right, I'm going to move that over there, and now I'm going to try to pull out another big card, and then maybe Space Stone comes out again and you move it out. Yeah, I mean, that the Time Stone and the Space Stone are the more powerful cards inside the deck. I mean, I guess that's one. It's so. Yes, it's a great play. It's a powerful play. Whoa, I don't think you would nerf I don't think it would be that significant of a nerf. The whole core functionality is, all right, you put the stone in there, everything's going to stay there. You can't just keep pulling out cards and keep pulling the big ones. So I think if there was a nerf to be had, if they really needed to be one, I guess that's one way of just putting a slight knock on this whole Lockjaw shenanigans.
Yeah,
it is a good play to keep bringing the stones, the Space Stone, move stuff around.
For me, the Space Stone is like one of my favorite parts of the Thanos deck is to be able
move
to
into Sanctum Sanctorum or something like that.
I don't know how I feel about that, but it's an idea, right? I mean, it's an idea. I think
all right, how about this?
Okay,
let's just completely rework Thanos, because I still think Thanos could be so much cooler. Get rid of the whole randomness Lockjaw stuff. Rework Thanos, where when you get all the cards, you have to work hard. You could just like snap an entire zone out or something. Like, you know, he's inevitable. He just snapped all your cards out of his zone. But it's a completely different deck. I think that'd be cool. You have a little animation. Thanos comes up, he snaps, clears out a zone. But you have it has to be something where you can't just randomly pull out all the stones with Lockjaw. It has to like actually work hard, get the stones, and you can just nuke an entire zone. Like, I don't know. I think that's a lot more work, but I think that's cooler.
I like the idea that Thanos is good, but he's better if all the stones are played, and then the stones are where the power's from, because the Finny stones are powerful, and they definitely are powerful. So, I mean, I think if the issue that we're talking about is the issue Leech, is the issue only Leech because of Thanos? Is it only Thanos because of the Space Stone? Is it because of Lockjaw? Is it because of Quinjet? Ultimately, at the end of the day, all of these things are worth considering, and second dinner has to make the final judgment. Now, I want to talk about Aero. And before I say anything about Aero, I love playing Aero, and I love playing against Aero, or that's not true. How do I say this? When I know
like using Aero, but I hate when people use Aero.
I know. Okay. So let me clarify. When there have been situations the last couple days where I knew an Aero was coming, but I had enough cards to clog the lane that they were going to drop the Aero, so it negated their Aero play, and I loved that. And I think that the problem I have with Aero right now is that she moves cards randomly. So like if she goes into a lane and you played 4 cards and there's only 2 open slots, it picks 2 random cards. That's the way it works right now. And I think if they made it in order that they were played, so that if you knew an Aero was coming, you could play your cards in a specific order to screw the Aero player. And it would just, and the same thing is true with Magneto. I lose ya?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I just randomly got disconnected.
Okay, where are we at?
You were talking about Aero, and you like when you counter someone else's Aero play.
Okay.
That's the last thing I heard.
Okay, the last thing I heard. Okay, so the situation with Aero is that Aero moves cards randomly.
Right.
So if Aero's played into a location that only has 1 available slot, and your opponent has played 3 cards, it picks 1 randomly. And I think it would be better if it was in order that they were played, because then you could counter Aero a lot easier. Like, they're playing Aero. And so you play your sunspot first, so it sucks over the sunspot, and you can still leave your big card at the location that you want to leave it at. And this is also true with Magneto. Magneto's random. And I just feel like if it wasn't random, then there would be a reasonable counterplay to Aero, or more reasonable counterplay to Aero.
Yeah, I think Magneto's fine because Magneto's not necessarily just destroying your final play. He's kind of waiting to see what cards, and then he pulls them randomly into his zone. So like Magneto's fine the way they are. It's a good play. Aero definitely feels like it has a little too much. It feels
very powerful. Very powerful.
Yeah, it feels leader-ish, where if you're winning in 2 zones or you're winning big in a zone, you're tied in a zone, they're winning little in a zone. You have a lot of control in your hand because you just swoop all the cards over. If they would make it that way, where again, the function of Aero would still be the same. It's going to move all the cards over, but it's got a slight caveat where you're going to determine the order in which the cards get moved over. I think that would be probably fine. But yeah, right now, like, you know, I mean, when you play a lot of games, you know, when they're winning 2 zones, you could technically win it if not for Aero, but they snap on you. You know they're about to play Aero on you because you can't control the order of operation that the cards play. So I still think that a simple change like that would make Aero still usable, but it gives at least the other player some control over how those cards get moved around.
Yeah, I really like Aero, and I gotta say that, you know, when I'm on a turn 6. I'm often asking myself, how am I going to lose to Aero? How am I going to lose to America Chavez?
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm asking myself these 2 questions. If they play Chavez here, or if they play Aero here, how am I going to lose? And then, you know, if I have a reasonable certainty that I would lose under those 2 circumstances, I'm retreating. It just is what it is. I think I really enjoy playing Aero, and I think she's one of the more powerful cards. Yeah, but I can understand why people are not happy with her at all. Now we're going to talk about your favorite card, and my not so favorite card is Galactus. And I'm just going to put this out. I don't care about Galactus. Like, I don't think he is unfun. I feel like I know that the combos that Galactus pulls off are kind of hard to pull off. Mm-hmm. And I also know how to counter him. So, like, I don't feel like he's unfun or unfair. He just is.
Oh, yeah. I think Galactus is surprisingly balanced. I think Nimrod's adding a new flavor of Galactus lately. Like, turn 6 Galactus is actually starting to be a real thing, in my opinion. I've been able to pull it off quite a lot. And it actually steals a lot of cues from my experience, where people, they try to throw an Aero on turn 5, but I'm not playing Galactus turn 5. I have Nimrod ramped up, and then I pick a zone, I hit it, and then I get 2 like 10 power Nimrods over for a win. So I think Galactus, I think, is fine. I've never really seen complaints about Galactus. I think he's kind of fine the way he is, and it's got plenty of counters. And it's able to evolve with the times as well. So Galactus is surprisingly. If Galactus somehow pulled out a Leech on turn 4, I'm sure people would start complaining about Galactus.
So I thought Galactus was unfair until I played Galactus, and I realized that it wasn't that easy to get off. And then I started realizing all the counters to Galactus because people were counting me when playing Galactus. And after playing Galactus a bit, I realized it's a pretty fair card currently in its current form. Mm-hmm. And then lastly, a card that I very much enjoy that a lot of people are not happy with is Shuri. And I am a Shuri lover. I love Shuri. So like, I'm one of those people like, well, because I love Shuri, they shouldn't do anything. Well, I don't know if that's right either, right? What do you think about Shuri?
Yeah, I think she's, this is just me. I think she's fine. I know Red Skulls are a thing, and they hide it behind what's it called, a armor or whatever. You hit the enchant. There's plenty of counters. So I think the question is, do you have the right counters at the right time? You know, you could Aero someone's Red Skull into a zone they didn't want to go to. You can Magneto their Typhoid Marys into a zone and completely catch them off guard. You can Enchantress the armor and then open it up to Shang-Chi the Red Skull. I think, again, this is a card that is extremely plug and play. You can use it in a lot of different decks. Like, I'm using it right now with Nimrod and Destroyer. Right. So I can have a big power Nimrod or a big power Destroyer. It's one of those things where I think the card's fine. Just the question is, are you playing the right counter? Can you see what's going on? Right now, it's Red Skull is the main thing, and it's very telegraphed. You can kind of see what they're doing. Yeah, I think it's fine. I know there's been, I heard you talking about maybe when you play Shuri, both players can double their power in a zone or something like that.
Which is kind of weird to me. I think my only issue with Shuri is that sometimes I see, like, you made a video about Stature and Black Bolt.
Yeah,
and
that was fun,
and then nothing against that deck because the deck is good, but I looked at it and go, that's just a Shuri deck. You know, that's how I look. That's just a Shuri deck, and I think that deck would just be better with Red Skull. And it's like, you know what I mean? You're like, well, would that deck just be better with Red Skull, or what is it? Is Shuri really is it just a Shuri deck, and would Red Skull be better? You know, and someone said, well, maybe just knocking Red Skull down to 14 and call it a day and see how that works.
Yeah, I mean, there's several ways to go about it. Maybe one, turn it to where Red Skull's effect isn't ongoing. It's one of those just is effects, like a Daredevil or something. So you can't use Sauron or Zero to nullify it. So Red Skull still has the downside of giving all that power to the other side. So there's a couple ways. If it is really a problem, I can see ways of making the card still put big power on the board, but. Yeah, I think people can. I think maybe the core of the problem I think here is you can nullify Red Skull. It's a 5 freaking cost, 15 powered card. It's not 6 cost, and it's that if you can just have Sauron or Zero completely delete the effect on Red Skull, I think that's where maybe if there's a complaint, that's where it's at. So either I guess you increase the power, the cost, or you make the ongoing effect just an effect, not on reveal, not an ongoing, so you can't cancel it out potentially. Yeah,
because
I don't know. I never have a Shuri Red Skull. I know what's coming. I know how to deal with it. I know when to back out. I know when to double down. But yeah, I mean, I think it just goes to show that Shuri's great. And again, it's one of those things now that what I hate the most is Shuri was a high series card at one point. And I hate that when its card comes down the series, it gets into more people's hands, that people want to start nerfing it. It's just like, like same thing as Zabu. All the people that spent money, they had a great Zabu, and then when it came down to the other players, they nerf it. It's just I don't know. I hate that feeling where once it gets more into circulation, we got to nerf it. But those that were the first adopters, they can have the full power of it.
That doesn't seem right at all. Yeah, only the people that got her first get the full benefit, and then everybody else gets screwed when she goes to pull 3. Yeah. See, I don't. Here's the thing too, is a developer was on Dara's stream, and he is one of their data analytic guys, and he was speaking on an unofficial capacity, so he wasn't there like representing Second Dinner, but he said that Shuri's fine, and she's not even on their radar right now. So
I think it's fine. Yeah, I think if anything, it's not Shuri. Shuri's not a problem. I think it's just making Red Skull a cheap 5 cost card with no effects. If they make it 6 cost, I think things would just change drastically. Then you can't do Taskmaster on turn 6 with Red Skull.
I feel like that her abilities is double the power of the next card you play. Every time they design a card, they're gonna have to build it around Shuri. Will this card be broken when it interacts with Shuri? I wonder if it limits their design. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like as the game expands, like every time they're building a card, they have to like think about Mr. Negative. Is this card going to be broken with Mr. Negative? Is this card going to be broken with Shuri? And I don't know if that is good, for them when they want to build new cards. If they have to constantly be thinking about, will Mr. Negative break this card? Will Shuri break this card? And so on and so on. It's kind of a weird place to be in.
Yeah, there's those, again, I think like when you look at Lockjaw, like basically those backbones of the various different types of decks that are Shuri's a backbone, you have Lockjaw's a backbone, and as new cards come into play, how is it going to interact with this negative? Shuri Lockjaw is definitely something, I guess, that you have to be cognizant of, but again, what's Shuri's goal? She's trying to give you a big power card. How do you counter big power cards? You break through the armor, you Shang-Chi them, you get Cosmo to stop it. There's plenty of counters to work around Shuri. She's a fun card to use. I love that she's more accessible out there. I think that it just comes down to, man,
Cut out. Did we lose you again? You gotta blame Cox on this one. You're not back yet. You're not back yet. He got nerfed. I know, yeah. His internet, yeah. Did I lose you? I was to wrap up the video. Come back so I just could do my 30-second outro. Oh my God.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back now.
Dang, yeah, the 2 times in 30 minutes, man. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen when I stream later.
All right, I was gonna try to wrap up the video. I don't even know what you were saying, so
yeah, I think she's fine. There's counters to it. It's Shuri's not a problem. Big cards get countered by Cosmo on Shuri, Cosmo the Shuri, Shang-Chi the big card, move the card out of an armor. I don't know. There's ways of going about it. Again, if there's any card that needs a discussion, it's Leech. I think Leech is the one that needs discussion out of everything.
yeah. So yeah, I think you're right. A leech is probably the most annoying thing right now. At the end of the day, I prefer if they would buff cards rather than just nerf things. Everything is solution. Make more cards more playable so that we could have more types of decks. And I think super unpleasant experiences that push players out of the game that don't want to play the game anymore. Maybe that's Leech. Maybe they need to revisit that. And at the end of the day, it's up to them to decide. And I just want a better gameplay experience for more people. Anything you want to say before we go?
Mobile Gamer 2024, vote now.
Woo!
You gotta put some patriotic music behind your statement.
No, I don't know.
This game should be fun for everyone. That is my pledge. Mobile Gamer. This is not a scam.
Oh my God. Bye for now.
Bye.
All right. Where are we at?
I guess you're gonna have to edit that one for sure now.
Yeah, well, I had a couple things. I wanted to keep it under 30 minutes and it was too long anyway, so I'll have to cut it down. All right, so that is that. Are you gonna go stream Galaxy of Heroes?
Yeah, at the top of the hour I will. Yeah.
I've got Apocalypse today.
Ooh, that's today.
Yeah, it's today. So it's a big
Are you gonna
day.
use Moon Knight and Blade with them? JK.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no Blade in the game, but Moon Knight's useless right now.
They don't have Blade in Strike Force yet, no.
No. The people say you want to play a game?
Sure, we could play a quick game, but do you want to do something specific?
I have no idea. I don't even know what to play. Like, I don't really want to play Thanos, but I feel like the battle mode lends itself to Thanos from all the tournaments I've been seeing.
Yeah. When are we gonna get invited to a tournament, man?
I thought you had something cooking.
Oh yeah, I mean, I haven't heard back on that yet. No, I haven't heard back. I could probably reach out again. I know I had people reach out to me saying if I wanted to host something, they'll put the money up for it. I guess so. Maybe I guess maybe I have to do my own tournament, but maybe that's what I got to do.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. I mean, I would be down.
Yeah, maybe I gotta pick it up again. Yeah, the issue that I have is just
I know.
managing 2 games, and it looks like Lord of the Rings is coming out soon. They just soft launched in Australia, which means it's probably around the corner for global. And Hunters looks like they're ramping up too. They just expanded their things. So yeah, those are games I'm probably gonna play my main channel because they make sense. So I'm hoping I somehow still be able to squeeze, because this game I'm literally playing for fun, and technically it's probably costing me money because I should be doing other stuff, but it's still fun to play.
All right, there's the battle code right there.
All right, hold on, let me pull. All right, let's see.
Or we could do
I swear.
draft. I actually have to edit the video and do it. I've at some point, so I have about as much time as you do.
Sure, we could just do it. Yeah, quick game. Match. Oh no, I gotta join. There we go. Join. All right. Let's go. All right. Here, we're gonna do some experimental stuff with you. When it works, it's beautiful. When it doesn't work, I blame Leech, even if Leech doesn't show up. Oh, man.
All right, what do we got here?
Okay, you're still there. Okay, phew. I was like, don't tell me I cut out again.
No.
No. Is that Leech?
Leech? Oh my god, I know, right?
You know what they should just make Leech turn 1 and then you keep cloning it. That'll get everyone to love this game more. Oh man. Oh, Plunder Castle, that's trash.
Boy, this is gonna be fun, right?
Yeah, jeez.
Cloning vats. Wow, we're gonna get clogged here. Oh,
jeez.
Cloning vats could be fun. Oh wow, this is not good for me. This is all bad, right?
This is yeah, it's not gonna be that great for me either.
Wow. Wow. You can just said that over and over and over again. Oh my god.
You better hope you can put a couple stones over there.
Oh my god.
I have nothing else to play right now. Oh,
my hand is gonna be clogged. This is gonna be useless. All right, well, let's just do it anyways.
All right, there you go. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let's see what you're gonna pull out. All right, down the rabbit hole we go. There's the Aero and double Lockjaw. Oh my gosh, what is this game that we're playing right now?
Okay. All right.
Oh gosh.
All right. Oh, dude, that actually works.
Yeah, I think I'm done here. I literally have nothing in my hand right now that I can play. Oh man.
You could the Plunder Castle throws off your Galactus play in the middle, right?
Oh, that's funny.
You gonna Galactus right here? Oh
no. I'm not. I'm doing something else actually.
Or a destroyer?
Well,
Let's see.
You couldn't play that a little earlier.
Actually, you could pull it off, right? No?
Nah, not even. I just did it just for the
right.
lulz. All right. Yeah, that was some interesting. Yeah, that was interesting. All right, what do we got here? Okay. Oh yeah, now we're look at that. That's basically free ammunition for your Lockjaw right there.
Oh my god, I know it's bad for me, right?
Oh, I mean, if you can get the Quinjet out, it's basically an Infinity Stone without the powers. You just throw the stone down Lockjaw.
Oh my god.
Oh man. The hub.
I've never played this card, I don't think.
Oh, is it a new card for you?
Well, it's a card that I don't own, so.
Dancing Queen, you and me. Hope I don't get your channel copyright claim.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, I got my first. What's it called? Community. They put age restriction on one of my streams recently because I got a little frisky.
What? How?
Yeah. So I'll send you the clip. I probably don't watch that stream because they thought it was so stupid. So I have a big stick. I got outside because there was Tuscans. So I pretended I was what's it called? I pretended I was a Tuscan, and let's just say the stick has a curvature to it. And when I was on the dance floor, I was stroking my stick. And they deemed that not community or not family friendly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I'll send it to you. I'll just give you the timestamp. You can watch it. Maybe I don't know. I thought it was because it came out of nowhere. Like someone watched the stream a week later and like, oh, this is we can't monetize this. Here, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see here. Where is it?
Shuri. Oh, so this is your Nimrod thing.
Yeah, I've been goofing around with it, but the rocks threw me off. I literally have a handful of 4 rocks right now, so I can't do anything here. Let me find this stream. Where was it? All right, here, let's send you this. Okay. All right, here we go. So you need to go to...
I don't want. Why would I want to play your age restricted?
No, don't watch it on stream. Just watch it like on the side.
Okay, I'll watch it later. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. The timestamp is. It's at. All right, 4:57.
4:57. Okay.
Okay. All right.
That's,
what are we doing? Oh,
that's interesting because I've not ever had one of those. I wonder.
Yeah, it was my first, and it's like I didn't like say anything. I was just rubbing my stick up and down.
Oh my god.
In a promiscuous way.
No Shuri for you.
No Shuri for me. Oh god, seriously. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Oh lordy. This is a fun game. Oh boy.
Yeah, boy.
Oh.
Game, second dinner. Yeah, I don't know. Just. Oh man. See, you should have played the reality stone on the collapsed mine now.
Yeah, I mean that's always a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, this is one of those just like, oh my god, you and your green goblins, man.
I've been using it more since I've been trying the turn 6 Galactus thing a bit more lately. Damn, you're gonna do me dirty like that?
Yeah, well, you either have to like play something big or skip a turn, right?
Oh man. Oh, I was gonna retreat. Oh well. Ooh. Yeah, I should have been paying attention. I'm watching a video. Did you skip your last turn?
Yeah, I got rid of the collapsed mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it was a 2-for-1. You know what I mean? Like, I get rid of the rocks and then whatever, right?
Yep. Yeah, I wasn't paying. There's someone that's doing some day 1 testing. I was watching their video here. All right, let's focus this time. Focus, all in, focus. Okay. All right. Start off with that.
Oh, I wonder, I played WAP on my stream on, somebody might, I wonder if I got hit with it. Oh, I wonder.
Ooh. They would notify, and then I have a notification that
no, but it was on Twitch. Twitch. Twitch has a weirder policy. Like if you like have 3, like if they detect audio that is they mute it automatically. It's so much better. They just mute it out.
It sucks. Yeah, I had that one day where I streamed for 10 hours. And they claimed my whole stream because of 30 seconds of music.
Yeah, Twitch just auto mutes it. Yeah, Twitch just auto mutes it, and if they have to auto mute you 3 times in like a certain period of time, like a couple days, then they send you a nasty note saying that we're gonna delist your VODs until you figure out what you're doing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Lockjaw. That's not bad.
Yeah, Lockjaw in the Quantum Realm is pretty good.
Yeah.
Because it bypasses it. Uh-oh. Are you going to pull it off here? I
don't know. I'm not playing Galactus if that's what you're thinking. I'm trying something else. Let's see here. What do we want to do? I don't know. Let's do this, I guess. Down the hole we go.
What do we got? Wow, I got a lot of cards in my hand. What do I want to do?
Sounds like a first world problem.
I don't know what to do. Let's see. All right. Nimrod. Uh-oh.
Yeah, finally got the card in my hand.
This is New York always messes with everything, right?
Yeah, and I think I messed this up too. Now that I look at it. Oh well, let's just this is yeah, whatever. Yeah. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Literally, everyone's fucking sweating so damn hard, Leech and Aero, and I'm just trying to have fun cloning my Nimrod. Holy Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God. Literally the daily experience, man.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my
So
God.
every time we play, you're always like mega sweat lord and these like I thought we're just trying out some fun stuff. Here you are sweat lording.
Hey. We are trying out some fun stuff. Fun stuff is winning. Winning is fun. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. I can imagine if we had a sandbox in Galaxy. We're like, hey, let's do some funny stuff. And I bring out Cup and you freaking bust out some Prevalence or Kylo Ren. Dude, that's exactly what this is.
Wait, do you want me? Okay. I'll play a fun deck.
Oh,
you want me to play a fun deck?
Here, I'll do one more.
You want me to play a fun deck?
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
That's a video in itself right there.
I actually need to look. I don't even know if I have any fun decks, to be honest with you.
Man.
Let's see here.
Oh, my cheeks are hurting right now.
Okay, let's try it. All right. Yuck. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, this is fun. All right, maybe. All right. It's
Thanos, but instead of Blue Marvel, you're just gonna put a Leech in or something.
All right, I'm sending you the code right now.
All right, let's do it. All right. Oh shoot. Oh God damn it!
Is that the same?
Random.
Wait. That's the old code. Don't use that code.
All right, here. I accidentally joined a random actual game.
Oh, you just started a match? Okay, yeah. You sure you changed the deck before you go in?
Yeah, I did change the deck, and I go into a match with it. So hey, yeah, I'm just gonna retreat now. All right, there we go. Have a free cube. I'm giving it away free apparently. All right, let me get a code. All right, friendly battle join. Let's see.
So this is I actually do not know this deck that well, so we're gonna have fun with it, right?
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it. How you
This is kind of a This is a semi sweat lord deck, right?
Okay.
Chad, is this a sweaty deck? What do you think? Let's see if Chad says it's a sweaty deck or not. Yeah, they're laughing at me right now. All right. All right, we're gonna try this. Oh man, Dream Dimension's garbage.
Yeah.
Oh the God.
I've been like for some reason lately, Dream Dimension has been annoying me more than usual. I feel like. Oh man.
Do you like that card? You like that variant?
It's a beautiful card.
So, dude, this is kind of uneventful. Like you've got Wong on a Kamar Taj. Like I don't even know what we're playing here. You know, it's just like, let's see. Drop your Shuri. No Shuri?
No. I'm gonna clear up some real estate.
You see, I actually cannot do what I want to do.
Neither can I, it seems like.
Yeah, this is all bad, actually. Yeah, I'm
Keep telling me how bad it is for you.
All right.
Oh man.
Did you just like snap just because I was talking too much?
No, I actually had something good to do. I think thumbnail worthy, good stuff.
Oh man, I actually had a pretty good hand. If I could have, like, I don't know, like that would have been interesting if it wasn't for Dream Dimension.
Fix your game, second dinner. All right. Okay, let's do that there. Oh shoot!
Oof! Actually, I misplayed. I should. Well, I was more worried about your Wong thing. So the chat pointed out that I had actually a pretty good win condition.
You would talk about my Wong.
Always. All right, we'll try this, I guess. This is not. All right.
I misplayed a little bit, I think.
Okay. Oh boy.
My Nimrod's more powerful than yours now.
Oh, you're right. Huh. See. How do I win?
If you're running what I think you're running, I think we're gonna end up in a no, actually no, never mind. We wouldn't. Okay, all right. Oh man, all in. She boy. All right.
I think carefully. It's eight cubes, man. The whole thing could be over soon.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
What a time waster.
It really is.
It really is, man. It's just
it worked for a little bit when I first played it. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't seem like.
Yeah, it's just the big time waster for everybody.
Yeah.
I actually don't. I'm trying to do the math on this. Yeah, I screwed up by not putting. See, I drew into my destroyer late. And so I didn't have destroyer. Yeah, I needed to have him in his own lane to blow him up with Deathlock. So I couldn't take advantage of Stark Tower there.
Man, I feel like Kang's a bit of a letdown. Like, it's definitely nowhere near Thanos and Galactus in terms of the Series 5 permacards or whatever.
So the situation that annoys me the most for Kang is when, and I'm sure it's a viable deck, but it just seems annoying, is that in Lockjaw Thanos decks, and then they randomly pull King out of the Lockjaw, and I was like, well, that's just a waste of time. Yeah. We just wasted all of that. I passed my turn, and you played 9 things on the Lockjaw lane, and it cycled through them slowly just to get Kang. Now I have to rewatch all of that again. Oh my god.
Oh, it's great. Okay, what are we doing here? This will be interesting.
Oh, I don't know what to do. All right. Oh. My locations are messed up. I can't do what I want to do.
You just got to believe in yourself, man. Just pull out the leech. Get that turn 3 leech out, man. With great leech comes great rage. Yeah, I could see that. I could see your concern. Yeah, you have a good deathlock at least. All right, time to get your stream demonetized.
Wow. How do you get these wongs out there? Yeah. Actually, believe it or not, do I want to play this? Yeah, something messed me up. The locations messed me up.
Location harder, bro. Come on.
I know, right?
Man, you don't want to see my 500 power Nimrod?
No.
Oh, man.
Wong with Sinister London seems pretty scary, man. Especially because I know you're playing Shuri, right?
I somehow dodged a bullet on the Isle silence, yeah. Hey, I know that card.
I like your variant.
Oof. Thank you. Just got it recently. That's slightly annoying. Let's do this. Okay. Oof. Let's go over here.
What kind of garbage is this? Oh my god. Machine World?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, my internet's bad. I'm on my phone now. I'm just gonna play my phone.
Oh, okay. What is it? Cox messing you up?
I have no idea. That's 3 times in an hour, so that's a little bit of an issue. Here, I'm gonna load the game up again. Hold on, give me a second. All right, let's go reconnect the game. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What do I want to do?
Or played on speakerphone. All right, I guess I'm a true mobile gamer now. What'd you do? You freaking Green Goblin me when I was gone?
Mm-hmm.
Jerk. All right.
Yeah, I can't win this. I don't think.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. Hmm. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to do you. What do I want to do? This is all just trash plays, it feels like. What if I just do this? Let's just go drop this down here, and then we drop that down there. All right. I don't know. I'm kind of helping you out here right now. Not trash. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Do I get to have the king too now?
No, he deletes it out of your hand too.
Oh man. Does it undo all this? Didn't I snap the turn before you used king? Or did I
Nope.
snap the same?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. King is weird, man. It's delaying the inevitable, feels like. Oh, it's great. All right, let's see what you
Well,
got
did
going
you
on.
snap? I don't. I wouldn't have played if you snapped.
Oh yeah, I re-snapped.
Oh, I didn't. It didn't come across my screen like that. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hmm.
This is gonna be a high-risk IQ play here. If this works, I'm a genius. If not, it's not my fault.
I just want to see what you got. Nah, I don't want to do this. I don't play against Wong. I don't play against Wongs, man.
I feel like Wong's been unchecked lately. Like, like I feel like a lot of decks I've been running leave Wong unchecked. Like, I've been bad not running Cosmo and stuff like that lately.
Yeah, dude. I just don't trust Wong. Like, normally I'd be like, yeah, whatever. But Wong, yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not playing Wong. Like, you're right. Oh my God. What a garbage location for me, too.
Can we just have, like, there should be every day, they should just run Bar Sinister, and that's it. Let's do that.
Oh,
oh my God, dude. Holy crap. Ooh, baby. All right, let's do this, I suppose. Okay.
Leech decks,
all right.
Leech decks like Wong players, too.
Oh, yeah, they love them. All right, well. This is a funny play.
Oh my God, you and your Wongs.
All right, you're either gonna love or hate me.
Well, let's see. I'm not sure yet.
Oh my gosh, don't you dare snap and play King on me right now.
I don't know yet. I actually I don't know what to do.
Oh gosh, that's when I know a Kang's coming. All right, let's see this. Well, it's gonna be different now, right? Because you're gonna have a different hand.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I won't have King in my hand now.
I don't know. I'm just curious. Let's see what happens. Nice one. Did you have priority? I didn't notice. I thought I had priority. Oh no, yeah, I had priority. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at you. How do you feel? You probably feel like a high level intellect right now.
I feel like on another level here.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I really don't blame you at all. All right, let's do it. For the money.
I think this is a tie, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure this is a tie, yeah.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
I know, right? Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I thought it might be a tie. All right.
It feels weird seeing you play non-meta decks. I mean, I guess it's semi Sweat Lord, as you said.
Semi Sweat Lord? Maybe.
Semi Sweat Lord. All right, what do we got? Okay. 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 All right.
All right.
Lucky Barnes. Senya, easy up.
All
I'm just gonna play this just because I want to give you an incentive to bring that sexy boy back down. Come on, you know you want to. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Come on, do it. You know you want to. You know you want to. Come. Yeah. There we go. Let's go. Here we go. Come on, bring him out. Let me see him. Yes, you did it. Oh.
It's so much fun. Oh my god, this card, man. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know.
I think it's more trolly than helpful.
I don't know. at this point, I'm just doing it because it's funny to me, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my god. All right.
You didn't play anything?
What happened?
You didn't play anything.
Oh, I didn't. I don't. Maybe I tapped the buttons too fast or something. Dude, what's going on?
Did Kang break your game?
I don't know, man. Oh, that's not right.
I agree. That's why I snapped. Oh, man.
That's garbage, actually.
Say it. Rush!
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It really messed me up, actually. I don't know what happened. Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm liking when I can get the Wong Shuri thing to go out. Nimrod's a lot of fun. I don't know why I don't try this more often. Yeah, because I mean, Nimrod's cool, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like 10 power still isn't quite as much as I would like it to be. The only thing that I think the coolest thing about Nimrod is Shang-Chi proof. Like, if you Shang-Chi, it's just going to spawn more. In the jungle, the mighty jungle.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I did it again, so I'ma let the beat rock. Mobile gamer, let me snap you now. So many ways to snap you. Baby, I can break it down. Honey's like, oh my god, I'm so in love. Found you finally. Make me wanna say, yo, oh, 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 oh. Oh my god. Yeah, let's see. What am I trying to do here? What am I trying to do over in these parts? You know what I mean? Girl, you something else. You are something else. All right.
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have it. So we're gonna go to the last round. It's just, unless you want me to play Kang again, I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like playing Kang again. Oh my god.
I don't know, Kang. Maybe because we're playing in a friendly battle, but Kang feels less than helpful in this type of battle when you see the same deck for 10 rounds in a row. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you know, the numbers don't look good on him. Like,
well, so Kang's kind of an anomaly. I don't think Kang's meant to necessarily have a high win rate. What I'm curious is what are the cube rates? Like,
it's
can
the
they
worst.
minimize cube losses?
No, it's the worst cube rate when played card in the game. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, worse than Shadow King. Because you play it in retreat, right? Every time you play the card to see if you get a free retreat, it counts the stats wrong.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's like, you know, so like it's hard to track its actual impact.
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Oh. Flash to my wong. And there's the gobs.
You like that pixel?
Yeah, it's cute. My favorite pixel art right now is Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom. I like the Professor X one. I've got the Professor X one. That's pretty funny to me.
Yeah, Professor X might be the best one. Oh man. Oh shoot, we're in the last one. I just noticed that. Holy cow.
Yeah, this is it. This is the last everything.
So this is Marvel Snap. You got to get that King play going.
All right. Well, I really want to see. I want to see your fun that you're gonna have right here. Like I want to see it.
All right, let's do it. It's fun time. God damn it.
Dude. So why didn't you put Destroyer on the Wong?
Oh, because it's gonna. I don't think does it trigger twice. Here, let me try it again.
Yeah, let's try it again. Actually, I think then you're gonna get 4 Nimrods.
Look at that, King letting me learn. All right, let's try that. Yeah.
Yeah, do that real quick. I'm curious.
You know what? I think you might be right.
You're gonna get double. You're gonna get 4 Nimrods by doing it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
You only have 1 Destroyer, but you'll have 4 Nimrods. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh boy, if this works, that my brain's gonna get blown. Yeah.
Wow. Not terrible actually.
That's not trash. Yeah. Wow. I thought because, I mean, it makes sense because once the card reveals, Wong hit it with the double time.
It's pretty.
Wong got destroyed. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's already procced. Yeah. So you're good to go. That's pretty cool actually. Yeah.
I might try this. I don't know if this is gonna be viable in the real world, but that's not a bad final play if you can get that combo to pull off. Yeah, there's a few cards that feel useful. Like I feel like Wave isn't very helpful here. I feel like I have Death. I feel like I never get to play Death. It feels like it's just Wong, Shuri, Nimrod, Destroyer's the combo.
Yeah, I mean I've got Shuri in my deck and Nimrod, but no Wong. If I did use Wong, then I would definitely be playing, let's say, Zabu, right? Because like you gotta get
Yeah, I don't know. It might be. I don't know. I was gonna say it might be worth trying in the real world, but knowing me, the second I hop into a lobby, I get leeched on.
I know, right? Anything. Yeah, I know. All right, I'm gonna call it there.
All right, go have fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna go edit the video.
All right, you have fun with Apocalypse. Hopefully, you get 100,000 views.
No, there's already test server footage out there, and it didn't get good views. So,
Did you? You didn't title it right. Let me guess. Did you already post a video on it?
It's a long story. I actually used somebody else's footage, so it wasn't my footage, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. All right, man. I'm gonna go.
All right. Have fun.
Okay.
Get to Infinite.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right. We didn't get to do any gameplay today, but we had fun. We did stream for 2.5 hours. But we did get to do some fun stuff for sure. We will continue our grind tomorrow. I'm still at 93. I might hit 90. I don't know. We'll see what I hit overnight. I usually play a little bit before I go to bed for about an hour. Maybe and I play better when I'm not streaming, so maybe that'll be a thing too. And it's not that exciting. I mean, does anybody really want to watch Thanos gameplay? I mean, really? Like, you know what I mean? It's not like even like worthy streaming it. Like, it's like, oh my God, Ooh, some accomplishment. You hit infinite with Shuri. Ooh, you hit infinite with Thanos. Good for you. I almost feel like I need to play like a anti-meta deck to like make a point at this point. You know, but I don't know if I want to frustrate myself, you know, for 2 weeks playing a off meta deck and rather than hitting infinite in a couple days, you know, taking 2 weeks to do it. You know what I mean? All right. All right, yeah. So I'll be streaming on Twitch in a little bit, and then we'll do it with a null, destroy, and Modok. There you go. Hey, man, I got to give you props for that. Like, anybody that uses an off meta deck, like respect. You know what I mean? Off meta deck to hit infinite. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I think what I want to do is hit infinite and then start exploring these Nimrod. I actually really want to play Nimrod a lot. So I actually kind of anxious to hit infinite, and then I can screw around with Nimrod and make some wacky decks and try some new things, and you know, it's fun, right? All right, bye for now.